the 49ers took down the LA Rams, and now the Niners are still in business. What is up, everyone? Coffee Break is back with another video. Before continuing on, just wanted to remind you all to please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to stay up to date with 49er news and updates. I appreciate the love and support you all have been giving me throughout the years. Now, back to the show. It was an NFC West matchup on Sunday, and the Niners won, while the Rams, they did make it close at the end, closer than we wanted. And honestly, the Rams needed this game more than the Niners. Ultimately, they were, tied for first place coming into Sunday. They're trying to win the NFC West title. And so you would think the Rams would come out with a little bit more sense of urgency, more eager to go out there and kind of beat a team that kind of beat them down weeks prior. But that wasn't the case. The 49ers had different plans Sunday. They were the more physical team. They ran the ball using Mostert, Debo, but more importantly, the defense was just greedy in this one. And why not start there? This defense has been playing well all year, and they got some players back. Richard Sherman being a key one. He got an interception in this one, and it just shows you the importance of having a Pro Bowl type of corner on your defense. He may be old, he may be getting up there, but he's as good of a student of the game as there is out there. With another payday coming for Sherman, I'm thinking, how can the Niners keep him at the end of this year? How can they re-sign him? But obviously that's going to be a video for a different time. But looking at it from the Rams' perspective, they had no answer for this defense and the way they were attacking. Huge credit to Robert Saleh, who again showed you why he will be considered a head coaching candidate by the end of this year. He shut down Sean McVay's offense for the better part of this game. Jared Goff looked like a mediocre quarterback. He is mediocre, but he just looked terrible, below average. He wasn't good at all in this game. Made no impact. He was inaccurate all game. Credit partly goes to this 49ers defensive line, who did manage to get a few pressures at the quarterback. Javon Kinlaw with an interception. Are you kidding me? I was hooting and hollering when I saw that. And he took it to the house to top it off. I was like, this is the 49ers day. This is how they're gonna win this game. When's the last time that happened? I think it was the Forrest Buckner last year. So yeah, that was just amazing to watch. Good job, Javon Kinlaw. He's really come a long way from week 1 to now. You can see he's settling in perfectly on this defense. They know what they're asking of him, and he always has, like in every game where he drops back, he's not going to get to the quarterback. He kind of reads where he's going to throw it, either tips it, but makes a play on it. And it was just a matter of time that one of those were going to land on somebody's lap, and it ended up landing on his. So good job, Javon Kinlaw. I'm proud of the rookie. And it was, that was a critical part of the game. It made a huge impact at that moment in time. The Niners were only up 7-3. That pushed it up to 14-3. Pressure coming from Kevin Givens to force that throw too. So Kevin Givens with another good game for the 49ers. The defense only racked up 2 sacks, and both of them came from Kerry Hyder Jr. By the way, how good has he been all year? 7.5 sacks for the year, a ton of pressures, just been incredible. I don't know where this pass rush would be without Kerry Hyder Jr. And then I also have to throw in Eric Armstead in there. Did not pick up a sack. I wish he did, but the truth of the matter is I think he played one of his best games this year. He was getting to the quarterback, causing havoc in the backfield, was a key part of shutting down the Rams run game. So defensive line in general, I had no complaints whatsoever. Just the defense in general, no complaints. Everyone was kind of in their P's and Q's. They were playing like an elite unit. I touched on Sherman already, but Jason Verrett again with another solid outing. He and Sherman playing opposite of each other. They look like an elite secondary. Yeah, I said it, elite. But then we also get into Ward. Jimmy Ward, with probably the best game of the year for him, forced not one but 2 fumbles in this one, both recovered by the Niners. Huge swing of the game there, was all over the field in this one, and you can honestly say that the defense as a unit benefited from the bye week. Now, the only bad news defensively is that we did lose Jamar Taylor halfway through the game, which looks like a serious injury. He was a solid replacement for K'Wan Williams and was playing fantastic. I really thought he was a solid pickup in training camp, but it looked like he suffered a serious knee injury. Emmanuel Mosley did step up at nickel for the time being, but it's just something to monitor there. The 49ers did win the turnover battle, but that's only because the Rams gave it away 4 times. The Niners gave it away 3 times. The offense told a different story than the defense, unfortunately. Nick Mullins was sloppy for the better part of the game, inaccurate, missed some big throws there for chunk yards. He did drive us down to win the game ultimately, but I'd say like 80% of the time, he was just not good. He did throw for 252 yards at the end of the game, but that's thanks to the monster game Debo had. Geez, did we miss him. He had a solid 11 receptions for 133 yards. Those yak plays really are a thing of beauty to watch. The 49ers did ultimately miss Kittle at times during run and screen plays. Dwelly just not as good as blocking as he is as catching the football. No Brandon Ayuk in this one due to COVID situations, but we did have Trent Williams in the lineup. The Niners offensive line almost lost this game towards the end. They almost coughed it up, specifically speaking of Mike McGlinchey. The Rams, to their credit, said at one point during the game, let's just line up Aaron Donald against Mike McGlinchey on the outside, see what happens. And that really was a scary moment for the 49ers, more so for Mike McGlinchey, who just couldn't even keep up with his shadow. In the first just 2 snaps, Donald had a strip fumble, which led to a scoop and score. And then the very next offensive play, Donald just had a free shot at Nick Mullins. Mike McGlinchey in pass protection, that's his ultimate kryptonite. He sucks. I mean, it always looks like his feet are stuck in mud. He can't move for his size, but you know, what are they going to do? What are the Niners going to do at this point? They need McGlinchey. Luckily, the defense saved the day after that with a couple of stops, which allowed the Niners to not only tie the game, but then go for the game winner, which they ended up winning. So defense saved the day, but 49ers offensive line almost cost the 49ers the game there and almost handed the win to the Rams, because the Rams couldn't do anything. They couldn't move the ball offensively. So even if the Niners just punted the rest of the game, defensively, the Niners were solid. So yeah, it was a scary moment there for Niner fans. The game was just a mixed bag for me, but nonetheless, it was a win, which is what matters at the end of the day. I personally don't think the 49ers can make the playoffs, but who the hell knows? This year's crazier as hell. Anything can happen. I just like that they came out fighting to the bitter end. And the fact is, they are still not out of the playoff race. As crazy as that sounds, they are still within reach. Anyways, faithful, let me hear from you. What are your thoughts on the 49ers and Rams game? Please leave your comments below. I want to thank you all for watching my video. And as always, we'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.